To understand how to wake up, you first have to understand how you fell asleep. The ancient texts call it sin. Over millennia, that word has been weaponized. It has been used to convince you that your soul is stained, that you are inherently flawed, and that you must spend your life begging for forgiveness. Let's strip that word of its dogma. The original Greek word for sin is hamartia. It is an archery term. It simply means to miss the mark. You did not commit a cosmic crime. You simply lost your focus. When the soul descended into the heavy gravitational pull of the physical world, it became so mesmerized by the five senses that it forgot its origin. You missed the mark. You forgot you were the archer, and you started believing you were the arrow. Sin is not a moral failing. It is a state of deep spiritual amnesia. Pause for 3 seconds. Let the heartbeat loop play. To understand this amnesia, look at the center of the garden. We are told there were two trees, the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. In its pure original state, the soul only knew unity. It only knew the tree of life. But to truly expand, the soul had to experience contrast. It had to eat from the tree of knowledge. The moment that fruit was consumed, the human mind fractured into duality. Suddenly, there was light and dark, up and down, right and wrong, me and you. This was the birth of the polarized mind. This was the exact moment the ego was formed, the mechanism that constantly judges, constantly separates, and constantly fears. You had to experience this contrast. You cannot understand the concept of warmth until you have felt the bitter cold. But this polarized mind, this constant swinging between good and evil, fear and desire, is the root of all your earthly suffering. Audio note: the heartbeat slows down slightly. A low, resonant drone begins to swell underneath it. When the eyes of the first humans were open to this duality, the text says, the Creator made them garments of skin. Close your eyes and look at your own hands. Religion taught you that God handed out animal hides to cover human shame. But from the perspective of the soul, the coat of skin is the physical body you are wearing right now. It is your biological avatar. Your true essence is light, frequency, and infinite consciousness. But to survive in the dense, polarized matrix of Earth, you had to put on a spacesuit. You put on bone, blood, and a nervous system. The coat of skin is heavy. It gets tired, it feels pain, but it is just a vessel. It is not who you are. Pause for 4 seconds. Let the drone hold the tension. The chapter ends with humanity leaving the garden, and a cherubim with a flaming sword is placed at the entrance to guard the tree of life. For centuries, this has been preached as a furious banishment, the ultimate rejection. Look closer. Look from the higher vantage point. If a fractured, traumatized, ego-driven mind were allowed to eat from the tree of life, it would immortalize its own suffering. The ego, with all its jealousy, its violence, its fear of death, cannot be allowed to live forever. The flaming sword is not a punishment. It is the ultimate act of cosmic mercy. It keeps you from making your illusion eternal. It ensures that the ego will eventually die so that the soul can finally be set free. Audio note: the drone and heartbeat slowly fade out. Absolute dead silence for 3 seconds. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. You are wearing the coat of skin. You are navigating the polarized mind. You are feeling the weight of the amnesia. The descent was successful. You have fully immersed yourself in the physical illusion, but the friction you feel right now, that quiet anxiety humming in the background of your life, that is the soul realizing the experiment is over. It is time to drop the illusion. It is time to walk out of the matrix. In our next transmission, we leave the garden behind. We are going to pack up the ego, and we are going to walk straight into the wilderness. Until then, hold your frequency.